Hello, all you awesome people out there. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. I am your host, as always, Geek Viz Hoove. And guess what, everybody? If you didn't know, the Oscars air tonight on March 15th, this Sunday. So they're gonna be happening tonight. The biggest awards in the film industry, the most prestigious awards in the film industry. And they all go down tonight to crown who brought the best of the best from last year, the year of 2025. And with that, we are going to be making our picks for who we think is going to take home the Oscars for each category. If you didn't know, I recently undertook what I dubbed as Oscars March, in which I watched every nominee for Best Picture in this year's Oscars. It was a very fun, a very enlightening journey. Something I might try to keep up on a yearly basis. So we'll see. But yeah, I watched all of those, and with those being the best picture nominees, the movies that were the top of the year, a lot of them overlap with the other categories. So we are going to go ahead and start picking through the categories for who I think should be taking home the top awards. Now, of course, some of these I'm not going to have too much knowledge on. Like, I didn't watch anything animated, so like animated picture, I don't really know. I know there's gonna be a lot of documentaries, a lot of international ones that I also don't know too much about. So any of them where I don't really know anything about any of the movies in the category, we'll probably just skip over those. But for everything else, though, I think a lot of the movies I watched are going to be in those same categories. So we're gonna go ahead and make our picks for the Oscars before they air tonight. So here we go. We got Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair released a little thing where you can fill out an official Oscar ballot. So let's go ahead and start it out. All right. I don't know why these sites. I guess because it's the top one, so it's the one people are going to go to first. I feel like you should build up the anticipation, but that's just me. I don't want to go to the bottom and work my way up, so we're just gonna do it this way. Best Picture. I feel like this one to me has been my probably the easiest one, the least fun. It's the easiest one because I watched all these movies and I kind of talked about how I feel about all of them. But this is gonna be pretty easy, as my pick for Best Picture is going to go to Sinners. Of course. Of course, white people love them little circle jerk, don't they? All right, Best Director. We had Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle, Josh Safdie for Marty, Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Joaquin Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. This was good. I like Hamnet because I mentioned Hamnet is really like Hamnet for me is really built on just like all the performances. Everything for Sinners. Sentimental Value was also really good. I feel like it was the same kind of as Hamnet, but more like internalized. Like everything wasn't as expressive as Hamlet, but everything had the powerful performances. Same thing with Marty Supreme. I mentioned how Timothy Chalamet was fucking great in this movie. I'm cheating. I'm gonna give it to Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Yeah. All right. Best Actress. I feel like this one is pretty damn easy. Though Emma Stone in Begonia was great. She was great in Sentimental Value too. But I mentioned it. Fucking Jessie Buckley was just phenomenal in this movie. So I had to give it to her as well. Best Actor. I already knew once I finished it, it's legitimately gonna come down to two, and it's Michael B. Jordan and it's Timothy Chalamet. They were both fucking phenomenal in their movies. I'm sorry. Come on now. Come on now. Best Supporting Actress. Let's see. We got Ellie Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir for Sentimental Value as well, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Though the performance was really well, I didn't, I've spoken about how I feel about that movie enough, but her performance was really good. Eddie Madigan was enjoyable, but I don't know about like Oscar-worthy performance. Wumi Saga was great. Engel was great. Eli Fanning was great. uh, I'm gonna go Eli. I'm gonna go Eli Fanning. Amy Madigan leads with 43%. Wow. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Best Supporting Actor: Benicio del Toro for One Battle, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I did really enjoy Benicio del Toro on that movie. He was like one of the bright spots in that movie. Elordi was good. Here's the thing: everybody in this list, everybody in every category is good, but like I feel like everybody in this was like really fucking good. Like when I think of the movie, I do think of everybody's performance in here was like stick out performances. This is gonna be difficult. You know what? I'm a Frankenstein simp, so I'm gonna vote for Jacob. I already get the sense a lot of people who's voting in these categories are a lot of casuals. like no offense there, but if you're casual, it's fine. But everybody seems to be generally floating towards two movies, except for this one. Best Original Screenplay. Let's see, we got Blue Moon, which I didn't see. It was just an accident. I didn't see that one. So for me, it's going to come down between Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. And if we talk about writing, if we're talking about just writing, the most interesting screenplay between all these, for me, it's clearly Sinners. Best Adapted Screenplay, you got Begonia, you got Frankenstein, you got Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and you got Train Dreams. I'm thinking Begonia versus Train Dreams. I'll go for Begonia. Yeah, I'll go for Begonia. International feature, The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Surat, Voice of Hid Harab. I've only seen 2 of these movies, between The Secret Agent and Sentimental Value. And between the two, I think I'm gonna go with Sentimental Value. Best Animated Feature, I haven't seen any of these. Arco, Elio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. But despite not seeing any of these movies, only one of these movies I continuously seen and heard, despite the fact that I haven't seen it, and despite the fact that none of these movies like were in my sphere of influence. There's only one of them that I continuously seen and heard, and it was this damn movie, which is probably gonna win. And I will keep my promise. If this wins Best Animated Feature, I was actually gonna watch it. So we'll find out tonight. Best Documentary. I haven't seen any of these documentaries. Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through the Rocks, Mr. Nobody Gets Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. I haven't seen any of these, so I'm going to skip over this. Best Original Score: Begonia, Frankenstein, One Battle, Hamnet, and Sinners. For as much shit I gave One Battle After Another, the music was pretty good. Frankenstein was pretty good too. Sinners was great. I guess you can call me a sinner simp too. I don't give a fuck. Best Original Song, Dear Me. This is from Diane Warren, Relentless, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, Sweet Lady of Joy from Viva Verdi, I Lied to You from Sinners, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. Again, I don't know too much about the music in any of these. I'm gonna give it a Train Dreams just because I like Train Dreams. But okay, it's I kind of expect this to win. Cause didn't they like actually fucking like make it onto like actual like the Billboard charts and shit. Best cinematography: Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sinners, Train Dreams. You already know. I gotta get the Train Dreams. Still, I watched every movie, and I still feel that this is the best cinematography I've seen from all of them. Best costume design: Avatar, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. Yeah, that's a cheat code for me. I had to go Frankenstein on that one. Best film editing: F1, Marty, One Battle, Sentimental Value, Sinners. I mentioned between all these movies, I really mentioned the editing for like 2, and that was Marty Supreme and F1. But I'm gonna give it to F1 though. Best casting: Marty, One Battle, Secret Agent, Sinners, and Hamnet. Come on, come on now. Best hair and makeup: we got Frankenstein, Kahuko, Sinners, Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. I've only seen 2 of these. I mean, again, if you're talking about costumes, makeup, and hair and production design, the fucking gothic horror shit is a fucking cheat code for me. Best production design: Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle, Marty Supreme, Sinners. I'm back to my Frankenstein sipping ways. Best sound: F1, Frankenstein, One Battle, Sinners, and Seurat. Between these two. I'm gonna roll with F1. The sound design in there was really good. Visual effects: Avatar, Jurassic World, Sinners, The Lost Bus, and F1. I mean, yeah, it's probably gonna get that one. Animated short: Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, and Three Sisters. Haven't seen any of these, so we're gonna go ahead and skip that one. Live action short: The Butcher Stain, A Friend of Dorothy, Jane Austen's period drama, The Sinners. Y'all remember when they announced this? It's like y'all remember when the announcements was happening and it was like Jane Austen's period, and somebody just like let out just the loudest audible laugh. That shit was hilarious. And 2 people exchanging saliva. I haven't seen any of these, so we're gonna skip this one as well. And documentary, again, I haven't seen any of these, so we'll skip over that one as well. So those are my votes for my votes for this year's Oscars. So let's go. We got Best Picture, I'm giving it to Sinners. Best Director, I'm giving it to Ryan Coogler. Best Actress, Jessie Buckley. Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan. Supporting Actress, Eli Fanning. Supporting Actor, Jacob Elordi. Original Screenplay, Sinners. Adapted Screenplay, Begonia. International Feature, Sentimental Value. Animated Feature, K-Pop Demon Hunters. Original Score, Sinners. Best Original Song, Train Dreams. Cinematography, Train Dreams. Best Costume Design, Frankenstein. Editing, F1. Casting, Sinners. Makeup hairstylings, as well as production design, I gave to Frankenstein. Best sound I gave to F1, and then best visual effects I gave to Sinners. So that is all of my votes for the Oscars. We'll see which ones I hit. We'll see which ones I don't. But for everything, that is all of my picks for this year's Oscars. As I mentioned, this was a very, very fun journey I went on watching all these. It also kind of made me realize I should probably do this more often, and also kind of makes me realize, like, man, I really need to, it made me really go like, okay, if I'm going to be doing this, I really need to go a little bit more in depth on some of the on a lot of these movies, expand my thought process and my horizons. What am I point out, what am I paying attention to? Like I said, I watched a movie for the first time, and I'm really just in there just for the journey, from the beginning to the end, seeing what happens to the characters, seeing how the story plays out. But it just kind of made me realize, okay, I need to keep a mindful eye on first watch of all the other shit, pacing, performances, editing, sound, all that other shit. So this was really fun. So I might try to keep this up on a yearly basis. But for now, that is it. I do think this is about the final signals for award season, at least for film and TV. I know gaming has the BAFTA awards coming up pretty soon too. So, but the award season is nearly done. Y'all already know top of the year. It's all top of the year, end of the top of the year, and the end of the previous year. It's all about the award season. But we are about wrapped up to award seasons, and now we can get back to just watching movies and TV shows. And then, of course, at the end of the year, we'll see what came out this year that makes it onto a lot of these lists by the time we hit 2027. You know, if we get there, thanks to this fucking orange piece of shit we got up in this room that's fucking up everything right now. But that is it for this episode. Let me know what are some of your picks for the Oscars tonight. Are you watching it? Who you think is taking home Best Picture? Any other department you want to let me know? Let me know down in the comments below. That's it for me here today. Thank you all so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. Always remember, stay watching, stay playing, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Until next time, everybody, I will speak to you all later.